If you are listening to this right now, there is a chance you are standing in the middle of your life asking a dangerous question. Why is nothing working, even though I am trying my best? That question has broken strong people. It has made disciplined minds doubt themselves. It has made faithful hearts feel abandoned. And if you are not careful, it can make you quit right before everything changes. This is not a coincidence. This is not random. And this story might be the reason you needed to hear this message today. There was a man named Elian, not famous, not powerful, not born into comfort. Just an ordinary man with an extraordinary amount of patience that was tested over and over again. Elian believed deeply that life had meaning, that effort mattered, that God had a plan, but believing something is easy when life agrees with you. The real test is believing when life seems to argue back. Elian grew up watching others move ahead, while he stayed behind. Friends he started with surpassed him. People he helped rose higher than him. Opportunities came close, brushed his hands, and slipped away at the last moment. Each failure felt personal. Each delay felt intentional. And slowly, a quiet thought began to whisper in his mind late at night. What if you're doing everything right, but the plan just isn't for you? He prayed, he worked, he stayed consistent, and still nothing changed. That's the part nobody likes to talk about. The long silence between effort and reward. The season where obedience doesn't seem to produce results. The stretch of time where trusting the process feels less like faith and more like foolishness. There were days Elian wanted to rush the outcome. Days he considered cutting corners. Days he thought about forcing doors that wouldn't open. He watched others do it. He saw them succeed faster by compromising values, by skipping steps, by choosing shortcuts. And every time, the same question returned: why am I being made to wait? One evening, exhausted and frustrated, Elian sat alone after another disappointment, another rejection, another reminder that he was still not where he hoped to be. He didn't scream. He didn't cry. He just sat there empty. And in that silence, something shifted. Not an answer, not a miracle, just a realization. Maybe the delay wasn't denial. Maybe the process wasn't punishment. Maybe the waiting was doing something inside him that success never could. From that moment, Elian stopped asking when and started asking who he was becoming. He noticed how patient he had grown, how disciplined he had become, how grounded he was compared to those who rushed ahead without roots. He noticed that while others panicked at obstacles, he had learned to endure. While others collapsed under pressure, he had learned to stand still. The breakthrough didn't come immediately, and that was the hardest part. Understanding something doesn't remove the pain. Knowing the lesson doesn't shorten the process. Trusting God doesn't mean you stop feeling tired. It means you keep moving even when you are tired. Then life tested him again. A situation appeared that looked like the opportunity he had been waiting for. It promised speed, recognition, relief, but something felt off. It required him to compromise the very character the process had built in him. Old Elian would have grabbed it without hesitation. But the man shaped by waiting paused. And for the first time, he said no to an opportunity that came too early. That decision cost him. People laughed. Some called him foolish. Others said he missed his chance. And for a brief moment, doubt returned. But deep down, he felt peace. The kind of peace that doesn't come from progress, but from alignment. Not long after, something unexpected happened. A door opened that Elian hadn't even knocked on. An opportunity appeared that didn't require him to shrink, lie, or rush. It fit him perfectly. His skills, his patience, his character, everything the process had built suddenly made sense. The delays were not empty time, they were preparation. When Elian finally stepped into what he had been praying for, he realized something powerful. If it had come earlier, it would have crushed him. If it had arrived sooner, he would have mismanaged it. If it had happened before the process finished its work, he would have lost it just as quickly. That's when it became clear. God wasn't withholding. God was protecting. God wasn't slow. God was precise. Every closed door saved him from the wrong room. Every delay kept him from carrying a weight he wasn't ready to hold. Every season of waiting was shaping him into someone who could sustain the blessing, not just receive it. Here is the truth most people never learn. The process is not about the outcome. It's about the transformation required to keep the outcome. God's better plan often looks like confusion at first. It looks like silence. It looks like being forgotten. But behind the scenes, something is being aligned that you cannot see yet. If you are in a season where nothing makes sense, you are not lost. If you are doing the right things and still not seeing results, you are not failing. If you feel delayed while others advance, you are not behind. You are being positioned. Trusting the process does not mean you enjoy it. It means you respect it. It means you stop trying to control what can only be prepared. It means you understand that what is meant for you will arrive when you are strong enough to handle it, wise enough to protect it, and humble enough to appreciate it. Ali's story is not special because he succeeded. It is powerful because he endured without quitting, believed without evidence, and trusted without guarantees. And that is what separates those who collapse from those who rise. So if you are listening to this while questioning your path, hear this clearly. Don't rush what is shaping you. Don't envy what hasn't been tested. Don't abandon the process just because it's uncomfortable. God's better plan is rarely loud, rarely fast, and never careless. One day, you will look back at this season and realize it wasn't wasted time. It was training. It was protection. It was preparation. And you will understand that the delay you hated was the reason you were ready. Trust the process, not because it's easy, but because what's coming requires the person you are becoming right now.